Hello, good morning or good evening, viewers. Whichever it may be. This is Rajesh Kumar presenting his Indian economics through YouTube channel named Rajesh Kumar Nagarajan. Hence, you can also see my astrology in Tamil version and horoscopic in Tamil version in the same YouTube channel Rajesh Kumar Nagarajan too. Whoever able to understand Tamil regional language. In this, we are speaking about. We are telling about in other ways about how rainwater draining system have to be constructed. But rainwater draining system, in the first step I have said, we have to construct the rainwater draining pathway. Secondly, they mentioned how to remove the water sand slits along the river water boundaries, and where those who are removed water sand slits need to be stored, and how it has to be promoted on the other end. It should not be on the adjacent side of the same like pond, tanks, or canals, or dams, etc. So all these have to be scrutinized. These are said to be as smart work, not as hard work. Okay. While we speak about smart work, how it has to be for regarding rainwater draining system, and we have to increase the the water walls against the canals, tanks, ponds, um, um, dams, etc., and the wall width should be minimum 2 meters, and it need to be constructed under lamlight, sunambu in Tamil, so lamlight, and not in cement. It is which is not as much as strong as we assume, and the walls basement also should be 15 at least some 7 feet lower than the water level, dam water level, or tank water level, or pond water level, or canal water level. Then only those walls will be very much stronger, and there should be more multiple levels of walls constructed, at least 1 kilometer, at least 3 kilometers once. 3 kilometer area once, 3 kilometer one wall need to be constructed. But in the present scenario, it is possible only through government budgeting, and the tax has to be properly collected. For that, I will give other solutions for that too. But in this, I am giving the solution provided for rainwater draining system. This will evacuate the necessary water draining system should be in such a way it need to be constructed that the constructed area where the buildings constructed for residence purpose, as well as business purpose and commercial purpose, all those water floods need to be drained in this water draining pathway only. So the pathway need to be width, that is the pathway width. Wall width is different. The pathway width is also need to be at least 15 feet wider. 15 feet wider, or at least in some areas it should be 25 feet wider. It is more like equivalent to a roadways also. It is more or less equivalent to a roadways. We have to keep it either open, or we can keep it closed as per the flooded times. It will be decided where need to be open, where need to be closed. Because in commercial areas and residential area and business area also, we have to keep these canals very wide open only. It will be more helpful, because too much water can be accumulated and too much water pressure can be withstand if you keep it in open area. If you close it, then will be then the water flow will be very slow and need to be very less. If it is more water flowing means, then the closed water draining water pathway will get easily damaged and will come everywhere. The water will shed everywhere, and it will enter easily into the residence area, commercial area, as well as the business area. So this is how the rainwater drainage system pathway have to be constructed. Because Rajinikanth is superstar, Rajinikanth is not an educated person. He is not able to elaborate even one system properly, either in his Marathi language or in Kannada language or in Tamil language or Hindi or English language, because he lacks in knowledge. People who have knowledge, he has never recognized them and he has never kept along with him. So that is also a main setback for his uh, presentation skill in Tamil political strategic tools. So that is also is must for a leader who should be capable enough to uh, bounce back of the editor's questions or newspaper media questions or TV media's questions or nowadays YouTube media also is questioning. So they has to bounce back their questions to them itself. In such a way, they should never ever come into a conclusion. Bad conclusion. They have to come to a good conclusion and in a good nature and in a voice. So this is called the presentation skill need to be. But at present, none of the leaders, I believe, have that much presentation skills. However, they are not able to, but they have to slow down the media and TV media's questioning, because before answering one question, the TV media is also putting various other people is also putting another repeat different questions before completing answer for one question. They need to be patient. They can shoot any number of questions, but within a certain point of time, we have to give time space for the answering. So answering need to be given sufficient space. You questionnaire cannot take the entire space of questioning for questioning itself. Then there will be time lapse and answer lapse. And there will be understanding lapse also, and a listening capability lapse also will be there. So all these things will be addressed in due course of times in business economics. But now in Indian economics, the rainwater draining system has to be interlinked in such a way. But here many people will have few doubts. There is always waterways, but that is connecting between tanks, ponds, lakes, canals, uh, rivers, etc. But these ways is meant only for water entering into one water boundary to another water boundary. But it doesn't mean draining facility. Now the draining facility need to be a separate draining pathway, and it has to be addressed to ocean, linked to ocean, where the sea ocean. Normally we call as Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean. Um, all these oceans has to be the waterways, the draining water pathways is flooded water draining pathways need to be addressed. So there is a wide range of land scarcity. So land scarcity has to be encroached. Either it is an agricultural land or an non-agricultural land. At the most, land has to be the pathways need to be constructed in such a way it should not affect the business area, commercial area, residential area and agriculturing area. So all these four aspects has to be taken into consideration before constructing a land, acquiring the land for rainwater draining pathway. Rainwater draining pathway. So these are the ways of smart work. It is not a way of hard work never fetches good result. Hard work fetches a result that will not be either good nor bad. But it will be a neutral or sometimes it will be worst also. If not best, it will not be best, surely. So in this way, we have to understand that the smart work is more essential and in constructing the dams. So while raising the water to 15 feet height, either in canal, dams, ponds, and other water areas, the more water will be stored and those waters can be need to be fortified. In another way, the rainwater supply also, the rainwater supplying system, water system also need to be constructed simultaneously. So there are three waterways. One waterway will be connected for the inflow. of water entering into dams, canals, tanks, ponds, etc. Uh, while during flooded times, the other pathway need to be constructed. The overflow of waters need to be let out into ocean. So ocean pathway also need to be constructed for individual dams, ponds, tanks, canals, etc. Mostly tanks and canals, ponds will not be mostly affected, but waterways need to be have an outlet towards the ocean, and that but before entering into the ocean, sufficient ponds, tanks, canals and reservoirs need to be constructed in order to generate, because through reservoir only we can generate electricity. So in that way also we can reduce coal burning. Coal burning need to be reduced, as there is a more carbon dioxide is polluting the galaxy, and there is a environment threat. Hence, electricity need to be produced through water reservoirs, air, wind wheel, as well as the solar. So all these have to be addressed and have to be regenerated of our existing structure into a new infrastructure. So structure is different and infrastructure is a substructure of structure. So all these have to be understood clearly even by the English speaking people. In such a way, and my presentation will be meaningful, I believe, to the scholars level, if not to the scholars level. So in this way, we have to understand the various aspects of water draining system. So water draining system is also considered the present water draining system. How it is means, it is blunt. Water enters into the many villages during in the residence area, and after crossing the village, it is entering into the ocean. It is not the draining water system, flood water draining system should not be in this manner. Even there is no possibility of constructing a rainwater draining system, means rainwater draining system should be given first preference, and after that only villages in it, village or huts and residents in it be given permission. But the present DTCP or CMDA is working very lethargically and very carelessly and very sluggishly and without any proactiveness, and they are doing only reactiveness, that should be avoided in future. Because even rain comes once in 7 years or once in 8 years or once in 6 years, the total number of years the rain has to be comes in within 1 year itself. So there is a lot of water wastage and a result of automobile industries which require more water, and as well as alcoholic industries which produce beers, various alcoholic items are under deepest scarcity of water. Apart from that, the beverages and cool drinks companies also under short supply of water. So they are taking water from the river side, and they are the government, all the chief ministers of various states and within India are giving plant area adjacent to river area. That should be practically avoided. And dyeing industries also polluting the water. Dyeing industries should have their own dye industries should have their own draining water dye system that should get into the ocean directly, not in the river beds or water areas like such as dams, canals, ponds, lakes, etc. So the present scenario, the dyeing industries are merging the polluted water, chemical water into the river, ponds, tanks, canals. Even the chief ministers are incapable are incapable to provide them a proper draining, dry draining water system. So this is another water system, draining water system. The previous water system, draining water system is flood water draining water system I was speaking about. By speaking about also I am talking about pollution. In pollution also I am speaking about dye industries polluting water areas. So dye water wastage draining system need to be constructed, and that also need to be linked to ocean. In such a way it has to merge, or otherwise the near chemical plant industry should be given adjacent to these polluting waters, and it has to be the chemicals which has been mixed in the water need to be segregated and regenerated and has to be recycled in such a way that the pure water can be used for drinking and a multi-purpose, and the chemicals which are mixed in the water can be separated, segmented and segregated according to the chemicals as per the quality control, and those can be used for again for other multi-purpose. So in this way I'm in this part I have said this clearly, given the solution providing for rainwater draining system or the floodwater draining system. In the drying industry, while we are speaking about the next episode of this is the eighth episode. In the ninth episode, we will be speaking about dye industries water draining system, wastage water draining system. That we have to speak about in the ninth part of Indian economics. People who are watching this with patience and care, Rajesh Kumar pays his thanks in a submissive manner.